Welcome to our next lesson. In this lesson, we are going to be looking at the file structure of a Next.js app. As you can see, we have different folders and different files. We have the Next.js folder, the node modules, the src folder, the git ignore, the ESLint, and several files. So we are going to be looking at what each of them is for. So that is it. Yes, that is the src folder, just like it is the main folder. All right, and if you look at the screen, you see our paragraph, my first Next.js app. That is the change we made in our last lesson. All right, so let's look at the ESLint file. This is used for all ESLint tools, all its configurations. The git ignore, you put any file or folder you don't want to be pushed when you push to your GitHub repository. And the jsconfig is used for all JavaScript configuration. The next config is used to configure all Next.js configurations. For example, when you are dealing with an external image, maybe from an API, you can configure that here and others. All right, so we look at the package.json. The dependency, this file is used to hold all dependencies that we installed. Like these dependencies, now you can see the React, and Next. Those are very compulsory ones. Then the dev, those are the ones we installed during the time of installing our app. If you look at the script, you see the different ones. That is the one we use when we want to. The first one, the dev, is when we want to run. We want to run the Next.js app, and the build is when we want to build the Next.js app. So the README, this is just like a kind of note to use, like a kind of guide. That is when you push to GitHub now, you see this telling you how to go about configuration. Then let's look at, all right, this is the Tailwind. This is the Tailwind file. All right. Then the next, as you can see, we have the different files, different folders in this file, like the static and the server. So when we are dealing with a server, the server rendering, that's where all the files are being saved, rendered and saved. We are dealing with the static when it compiles during deployment. That is where everything is being saved, so that the load time is very, very fast. That is for the next folder, and there are different files there. So if you look at the next module, we have all the dependencies we have installed. Then the src folder, we also have the app folder. Those are the stuffs during when we're installing the app. Those are the things we allowed, and you can see different files in the app folder. This is the CSS file. This is what we, that is the global, is the CSS file. The first three are for Tailwind. All right, this is the page, that is like the index page, the home page. If you can see, if you look at the screen very well, that is what we changed in our last lesson. So that's the home page. When you visit localhost colon 3000, this is the first page you see. All right, so these are some of the files and folder. This is the layout, the children, these children now. Any page you create belongs, any page you create is a child to this layout, unless you define your own separate layout. Oh yeah, so that page is a children to this layout. This layout now is where you can put things like all those header, footer, sidebars, everything. And if you create different pages and you put one header, one footer, one sidebar, all those things are going to appear in all those pages, because this is the layout to every pages. unless you want your own different layout, like you want to have a kind of admin layout. Again, you can create admin layout separately from this and give it all its features, all the features you would like to give it. That is how the layout works. So this is the default layout.